creating a work environment, how do we create a space that is kind, gentle, and accepting of who we are as individuals, as neurodiverse people? I'd love to hear from you. Again, anybody who wants to jump in, please go ahead and do so. Kelly?
I believe it's possible. If I didn't believe it was possible, I'd be out of job. So I'm trying to make that possible for as many people as possible. What I teach, when I'm helping people, I think, what I think I'm doing is very simple, and I think I'm teaching kindness in the end. It really has nothing to do with whatever identity a person holds. It's about not assuming what someone else needs or what they might be thinking or what they're capable of by the way they look or perhaps even by the way they act. Like I said before, we're talking about the most common disability right now is chronic pain. It's not something that you see on someone unless they tell you. They might see it on their face sometimes, but you don't know necessarily. And there's a whole lot of different experiences that people can show up at work with where you do not know what happened the day before. You do not know what it took for them to get up that morning and show up. There's so many cases I can think of. Even before we came here, we got into a small car accident. Had a car that hit my car. We're fine, everything is fine. But on my way here, and again, you wouldn't know unless I told you, we showed up, right? We had a car that decided to merge with mine, make friends with it very closely, give it a little kiss, and then drive away. So I had to call the SQ, and the SQ came, and we did a report and everything. And so these things are normal daily things that can happen to anyone, and we're all showing up at work with these kind of experiences. So it's not just, there's things in life, people die, people are born, there's other things that are going to distract you. It's not just about disability, it's not just about relationships, it's not just about the things that happen, it's the fact that all this stuff is going on all the time, and everybody's walking around like everyone's fine. And everybody's walking around trying to be normal and have a smile on their face, right? And you get to work and you're like, well, I'm just going to get to work and I'm going to pretend that none of this affects me. So what I'm advocating for is not necessarily that you're going to walk into a workplace and we have to all fake it. And I don't want it that you have to walk in and have to tell everybody and disclose everybody every single thing that happened to you. But I want it so that other people are not going to judge you for how you might be that day, regardless of how you want to tell them or what you want to tell them about. My issue and the biggest issue for me with communication and why I might have issues with relationships at times is when I come in and I'm very direct, right? You've noticed this, I'm very direct. I'm very straightforward. When I am working, I am very focused. And I'm focused to the point where I don't notice anybody else around me. I don't hear anything else. I do not see you. I will forget that I have to pee. I will forget that I have to eat. So it's to that point where I am so absorbed in what I'm doing. And unfortunately, when I am absorbed, my face is pretty much, right? It's not like that necessarily, but it's severe. I've been told I look severe. It doesn't exactly look friendly and welcoming. And the assumption then is if somebody comes by and says, hey, Kelly, and I don't respond because I am absorbed, oh, she's stuck up. She's a snob. Who does she think she is? She's not friendly. She didn't say hi to me. She must hate me. And all this story gets made. And all of a sudden it becomes, well, Kelly's whatever because she didn't say hi. And how come she did that work so fast? I don't do my work that fast. What is she doing that she's doing her work that fast? She must have cheated. She must be using something else. And it's this narrative that gets made. So I'm asking when I talk about how we can treat each other better in companies is if somebody had just came up to me and tapped me on the shoulder and said, Kelly, is everything okay? And I go, yeah. I'm just super focused. That's it.
Yeah.
The story is finished.
Yeah.
You don't have to assume that I hate you. You don't have to assume I think I'm better than you. You don't have to assume anything.
Mm.
We need to stop making up stories about what might be going on in someone else's life. And we need to stop making up stories and underestimating somebody because they have a label. Or, you know, thinking that maybe I'm not intelligent or I'm not trustworthy because I'm sitting here with a tiny little plastic dinosaur while I talk to you. Which changes absolutely nothing, right? It doesn't change what I'm saying.
No.
But it is different, and for whatever reason, that has become scary in our lives. And we're scared to ask the questions that would just come up with the most mundane, simple answer.
Mm.
That's kind of what I'm advocating for when we're talking about trying to get into the workplace.